The first movie is fantastic. Second movie was decent. I think Insidious is probably one of the first new age. Oh, Cloverfield's right there. I'm putting Insidious in A tier. Probably better than Lost Boys and Hellraiser. We're getting to the point now where there's going to be some really good new age horror that is going to be put pretty high. Maybe not. They don't have some of the ones that I wish they did. Yeah, I think Insidious is a fantastic franchise. Jaws, listen, the first movie is a classic. No one's arguing that. But there shouldn't be multiple Jaws movies. I don't give a fuck about some big shark. I just don't. You can call me out on it if you want. Because of the first movie and it being a classic, it's going high C tier, but I'm not going to give it any higher. It's Jaws, man. I don't know. I don't fucking care. Okay, Jeepers Creepers. The first Jeepers Creepers movie, absolutely fantastic. It's fantastic. One of the classics now. The second Jeepers Creepers movie, I think, is really, really good up until like Homeboy Grandpa and Ranger Mike or whatever get on their home crafted truck and go and capture the Jeeper Creeper. But the opening scene, the second one in the farm, in the cornfield, terrifying. After that, those movies should have never been made. We're putting Jeepers Creepers in B tier. I'm going to put it. Oh, man, this is getting difficult. We're putting it there. Joyride. The first Joyride's really good. I think that actually has Paul Walker as well, if I remember right. But it's not. If they made more Joyrides, I've never seen them, and the first Joyride really shouldn't be like. I don't know. I wouldn't think that it's really classic. Maybe. I'm going to put that C tier. If this was based off of just one movie in these franchises, it'd probably be B tier. But I know there's multiple Joyrides, and I don't care. Ju-On, I've never seen. Probably should. Heard it's good. Okay, this next one is going to be controversial. Wrong Turn is like Hills Have Eyes on steroids, and they don't play games in those movies. They're really silly, but they're kind of creepy. It's like backwoods cannibal families. And I mean, not that that's, I mean, I guess that's kind of rooted in reality, but they're so over the top, gory. And in my eyes, it's one of those franchises that there's like 6 or 7 movies. And I'm going to watch them because they're just so silly dumb. It's like that shitty horror that is so shitty that it's fun. I like Wrong Turn franchise. Wrong Turn franchise is easily B tier in my eyes. Probably right here. It's better than Hills Have Eyes in my eyes. Hills Have Eyes in my eyes, Jesus. Maybe not better than Hostel. I don't know. We'll look at that later. Reanimator, I've never seen. Creature of the Black Lagoon, I saw once, but can't really talk on that. Okay, let's discuss The Ring. The Ring was a marketing masterpiece. They did a fantastic job at marketing that movie. Is the movie actually that good? No. And it doesn't hold up today either. I think The Ring is C tier at best, but a high C tier. And you know what? Fuck Jaws. Jaws should be low C tier. I ain't playing games anymore. The Return of the Living Dead? I don't know. I don't know if I know that one. Night of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead? I don't know. Cold Prey, don't know. Basket Case, don't know. Gingerbread Man sounds fantastic. Carrie, I saw once as a kid. Pumpkinhead's actually pretty dope. The original Pumpkinhead doesn't hold up today, but it's a cult classic and I love it. We're putting Pumpkinhead right there. That fits perfect for him. Ouija, bro, Ouija is absolute dog shit. With a great idea, they did not do a good job at making those movies, and they should be ashamed. Yeah, that's going E tier for sure. We'll see. I don't think that one's changing. I'm actually really curious where people put BG. Mega Shark, I don't know. Bunny Man, don't know. Killjoy, no. Maniac Cop, no. Prom Night. Prom Night is a pretty good movie, but I don't think I've seen more than one of them. I'm gonna put Prom Night in C tier. Sorry, I'm gonna try and go through some of these latter ones more quickly. Yeah, right there. That's a good spot for it. Night of the Living Dead, absolute classic. Going A tier. One Missed Call. Oh man, I don't remember that one. Paranormal Activity. We gotta take a moment and talk about Paranormal Activity and the absolute fantastic aspects of that series. That first movie came out, and what they filmed it with like a $10,000 budget, and it was absolutely fantastic. I even personally think that Paranormal Activity held up on its sequels for quite some time. I thought they lost me. When was it? There was a Paranormal Activity where they went to like a farm or something like that. I think that's kind of when they lost it for me. But the first two or three, I would be hard pressed not to put Paranormal Activity in S tier. But we're gonna put it. Do I put Paranormal Activity above Exorcist in my head? I think I do. I remember seeing. I don't know if you guys remember the marketing of Paranormal Activity, but it was one of the best. Like they would show people like panicking in the movie theaters. People would go out and like start crying. Like I didn't have that, but I did go see it in the theaters, and I will be honest, I slept with a light on after that one. It's creepy. The Slumber Party Massacre. I saw that once, but not that great. Poltergeist. The first Poltergeist is a goddamn classic, and I think it's a fun ass movie. But the remake wasn't great, and I just don't know if I could get that any higher than C. Let's see, where are we at here? That seems like a good spot for it. Cube, don't know. Subspecies, heard of, haven't seen. I know that people are super, super, like, into the Purge series. I like the idea. Don't call the cops on me. Just leave me alone. I haven't seen past the second Purge. I think it's a pretty solid franchise overall, but I don't think it can be anywhere near A tier. We're going to put it right there. Seems like a good fit. Psycho, a cult classic, right? Do we consider American Psycho in the Psycho franchise? I don't think I see it on here. I don't know, man. It's tough only knowing one movie in something that we're considering a franchise. Psycho's a classic, but I'm not going to put it any higher than that. Puppet Master. The first goddamn Puppet Master is so goddamn good with that little creepy one that has the knife and stabs him. Ooh, creepy. But after that, they kind of sucked. Good C tier. Good C tier horror. Probably better than Pumpkinhead. Not better than this. Okay. Just, I don't know what this is. Saw. If you are not putting Saw in your S tiers, I don't know what to tell you. Saw, for a very long time, was dropping yearly, or maybe it was bi-yearly, and creating fantastic content. It is so gruesome. It is so over the top, but the story, fantastic. And the new ones are just as good as the old ones. I love Saw. Saw's S tier for me. Not arguing. Another one that first one was filmed on a budget, and the goddamn the goddamn twist at the end of the first Saw, you're like, what? Fantastic. Scream. Just talked about Scream last night on my other podcast, True Crime Junks. Shout out. Scream is one of the best 90s horror movies to ever be made, and I'm hard pressed to argue that with anybody. I think Scream has to be high A tier. Right here. Yeah, perfect spot for it. It's better than these ones. You could argue it with these ones. Perfect spot for it. Sharknado. Don't play games with me. Okay. Silence of the Lambs. God damn, that's a tough one. Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal, Red Dragon. I mean, I would consider all those A to S tier movies. Silence of the Lambs is S tier. Hannibal's S tier. I think we have to put it there. Right? I mean, that might end up in S tier when we're done. This video is just getting really long. I feel bad. Sleepaway Camp. There's a lot of those. They're good. They're just not the best. Blades get moved, by the way. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Leatherface is a goddamn icon. I'm going to slow my roll for a second. He's not as much of an icon as our S tier. Our big three right here. Doesn't make better movies than this. The remake in like 2006, I think, was its peak. Well, I shouldn't say peak. Obviously, the original is its peak. But I think the remake in 2000 whatever was the best movie they made. The rest of them are okay, but you can't not put it up there. And plus, it's kind of based off of Ed Gein, and if you know anything about Ed Gein, oh man, there's so much to go over. I might make this into 2 parts. Yeah, because I'm going to have to talk about a lot of these. Blair Witch Project. That first movie is really good, and they claimed it as found footage, and if they never told anyone that it wasn't real, that movie might go down in history as one of the best horror movies ever. The problem is the sequel sucked. Also, I wasn't a big fan of the game, but that's irrelevant. I think Blair Witch needs to be in B tier. If I shit talk The Ring, how can I not? Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. Predator. Oh, Predator's so tough. The first Predator with Arnold is such a good movie, but I never looked at it as horror. I thought it was like a sci-fi action movie. The second one, the same thing. And then they kind of fell off with like the newer shit with Predators and whatnot. But God, Predator's so good. I don't know. That's a hard one for me. I'm gonna put Predator in B tier somewhere. Probably better than Psycho. That's a really hard one. Woman in Black I never saw. Troll I never saw. Urban Legend I never saw. Underworld. Are we really putting Underworld in horror? I guess we have to, right? Underworld 1 is really good. The second one's pretty good. I think that's going to be a low B tier. Yeah, that's tough. Hatchet I haven't seen. It. Ugh. First It terrified me as a kid. The remake of It was super good. And then I thought the second remake, like the second movie in the remakes, was really good. I think the It franchise has to be up there. God, this is getting confusing. I think I'm putting It. Man, do I really put it this high? I think I have to. Yeah, I'm putting it right there. I think that's a good spot. I think that Insidious and It would be... I think I liked the new It's better than the Insidious movies. Not better than these, though. For sure not. These two, depending on how full we get, might get bumped up to S tier. We'll see. Leprechaun, bro, don't play games with me. Leprechaun is absolute dog shit. When the leprechaun goes to the hood, that was their best movie because that movie was funny. VHS I have to say. Okay. Breathe. The Conjuring franchise is the best new age horror franchise in a long time. That's all I'm saying. It's absolutely S tier. The first Conjuring movie is phenomenal. Annabelle, fantastic. The Nun, fantastic. The whole entire universe that they've built, I personally don't think we've ever seen. And the fact that they're all based off of real events, hard pressed to not put that higher than Nightmare on Elm Street. If you guys aren't into them, I'm very interested to know why. I know that a couple movies, like I think the sequel to Annabelle, not so great. I agree with you. But I'm pumped for the new movie that's coming out. I think they're one of the best. Zombieland's a fucking masterpiece. It's A tier, but A tier for funniness. Actually, I think it should go right there. Right above Scary Movie. If I'm putting funny Scary Movie at B tier, I gotta put Zombieland above it. Zombieland is better. It's way funny. It's goddamn Twinkies, man. Fucking Bill Murray. Fantastic. Not sure what this one is. Silent Hill is a ball breaker of a franchise. I'll tell you why. The first Silent Hill movie, I love. The second one was okay. The remake really sucked. And I just feel like Silent Hill in film and in video games is an entity that is just so untapped and is just dying for good writers. It was a heartbreak. If you guys know anything in the gaming world, PT, if you guys remember that, was a horror test demo that was supposed to turn into a Silent Hill game with Norman Reedus being the main protagonist. Fell through the hole. I love the Silent Hill world. Sadly, loving the world doesn't mean that it makes good movies. I'm putting it there just because of Pyramid Head. Gremlins, I don't know, man. I know that a lot of people fucking love Gremlins. I think it's kind of dumb. Kids are dumb in that movie. Why would you give your kid a movie? I don't know. I don't like Gremlins. Probably catch some flack for that, but whatever. House on Haunted Hill. Okay. House on Haunted Hill, I fucking love. I love. I think that the movies are fun. They're wild. They're different. The whole franchise is fantastic. And okay, we're going to do a caveat to this. If Haunting of Hill House is involved in this franchise, it would be an immediate A-list. But because it's film franchises, we're not going to do that. I'm putting Haunting or House on Haunted Hill in C tier, but as a high C tier. Child's Play needs to fuck off, actually. I don't like seeing you up there. The more I think about Child's Play, the more I dislike it. Invasion of the Body Snatchers I watched as a kid. I don't remember it. Jack Frost I watched once and I just don't remember it. Jurassic Park. Now, some of you may be thinking, Wes, Thick Boy, Chungus, why is that on a horror list? And I'll tell you why. It's because kids like me. Jurassic Park scared the ever-loving fuck out of me because when I saw it, I was too young to understand that dinosaurs couldn't be brought back to life yet. And I thought that it was a possibility that dinosaurs were going to come and eat my face. I had a reoccurring nightmare for a large part of my childhood where I crashed in a plane in some jungle forest and a velociraptor came and bit me on the chin and ripped my whole face off. That was fun to deal with. Thanks, therapy. Jurassic Park, though, is a fantastic franchise. Well, I don't know. The first movie is a masterpiece. The second and third movie are okay. People can argue about Jurassic World. I don't really care for it, but it's fine. I'm personally putting it in B tier. Um, it's probably better than most of these. Ooh, not better than Final Destination. There's no way. Yeah, that's a good spot for it. Piranha. Nah. Yeah, right there. Thanks, Killing. Listen, if you want dog shit, really bad horror that is so bad that it's good, Thanks Killing is the best place for it. It's a turkey that murders motherfuckers. It's funny. It's like it's one of those ones that I talked about earlier where it's so bad it's good. It's got to go right there. Human Centipede's probably better than these ones though. My Bloody Valentine. I don't remember that one. The Descent. Oh, I forgot about The Descent. The Descent first movie and the alternate ending in the first movie. Whew, chef's kiss. Fantastic horror. So creepy. So creepy. Anyone who does like spelunking type shit probably didn't want to watch this movie. Second one, pretty decent follow up. I don't know if they ruined it by making a third. I like the first two. That's going in my A tier. Where at though? Probably here. Like I said, Lost Boys is here because that first movie is really good. I haven't seen anything past the first movie. Maybe it's unfair to put it there. Sharktope. I don't know. The Mummy. Oh man, The Mummy. The first two Mummies were such good movies when you were a kid. I watched those all the time on repeat some days. I loved them. Going back as an adult and watching them now, they do not stand up, especially in the second one with The Rock as the Scorpion King. It just looks really bad, but I hold them really close to my heart, and they were actually kind of creepy as a kid. I'm going to put The Mummy. We got to shift some stuff around here. Purge is going here. Open Water's going here. Fright Night is going there. Psycho's getting moved down to C tier. Okay, I'm happy with that. Happy Death Day. I believe that's the one where she just keeps My Bloody Valentine. I don't remember that one. The Descent. Oh, I forgot about The Descent. The Descent first movie and the alternate ending in the first movie. Whew, chef's kiss. Fantastic horror. So creepy. So creepy. Anyone who does like spelunking type shit probably didn't want to watch this movie. Second one, pretty decent follow up. I don't know if they ruined it by making a third. I like the first two. That's going in my A tier. Where at though? Probably here. Like I said, Lost Boys is here because that first movie is really good. I haven't seen anything past the first movie. Maybe it's unfair to put it there. Sharktope. I don't know. The Mummy. Oh man, The Mummy. The first two Mummies were such good movies when you were a kid. I watched those all the time on repeat some days. I loved them. Going back as an adult and watching them now, they do not stand up, especially in the second one with The Rock as the Scorpion King. It just looks really bad, but I hold them really close to my heart, and they were actually kind of creepy as a kid. I'm going to put The Mummy. We got to shift some stuff around here. Purge is going here. Open Water's going here. Fright Night is going there. Psycho is getting moved down to C tier. Okay, I'm happy with that. Happy Death Day. I believe that's the one where she just keeps repeating the same day over and over until she figures something out, right? The first one was good. I haven't seen the second one. Let's put that right there. Child's Play is going to keep getting moved. Omen is also going to get moved. Okay. Quarantine. This was the movie that I got Insidious mixed up with. Sinister's good. We'll talk about that in a minute. Quarantine. The first Quarantine was really good. I should probably rewatch Quarantine now that we're all... I remember Quarantine being absolutely terrifying, and I want to rewatch Quarantine now because of obvious reasons. I think it had something... There was like a shitty rundown motel, and there was some virus or disease that was like making people go crazy. Kind of... That hits a little too... a little too close. I remember it being really good, though. Like, really good. And I know that Quarantine was based off of a Japanese one that was even scarier. I think I'm putting Quarantine in here. Right there. That seems good. Sinister. Okay, Sinister was fucking creepy. I just don't know if they ever made a second one. So I'm rating Sinister off of another one movie, and I just feel like that's tough to do. It's definitely better than Open Water. Fright Night. Open Water needs to be down here. Yeah, okay. The Strangers. Also talked about The Strangers last night on my True Crime podcast. Because this one was heavily based in reality. Manson family murders and a couple other things. I know there was an original Strangers that I've never seen. The remake of The Strangers in 2000 something was the best home invasion movie that I think I've ever seen. And it's goddamn creepy. They do a fantastic job at it. Strangers, another one that's getting ranked on one movie though, I think has to be there. Yeah. No, I'm gonna actually move that one. Yeah, that's a good spot for it. Black Xmas, haven't seen. Pet Cemetery. Okay, the first Pet Cemetery movie is really good. Super unique, creative idea. Like haunted cemetery that can bring people back to life, but they come back like evil. That damn cat scared me because I had cats growing up and still have cats. Pet Cemetery's gotta be B tier. Man, this is starting to get tough. Yeah. Creep Show, we're gonna move Hostel there. Fright Night down. Yeah, okay. Ghostbusters. God. I guess Ghostbusters gotta be horror, right? It sucks, because if you rate Ghostbusters as a franchise, the remake fucked it up. Who knows what's gonna happen with this new one. First Ghostbusters, though, is a goddamn classic. I feel like it has to be A tier. Has to be, right? Oh, Alien versus Predator. Oh, the first AVP movie is one of my favorite movies ever. But I know deep down it's not that good. And that's the shitty part. AVP, though, I'm putting it in B tier. If I put The Mummy in B tier, AVP's got to be in B tier. Probably right there. The Mummy might get pushed, now that I'm thinking about it. I think The Mummy's got to be C tier. It doesn't deserve that spot. A Haunted House. I don't know. Roz, I don't know. 47 Meters Down, I don't know. Unfriended, I don't know. Frankenstein. I mean, are we just talking classic Frankenstein? I mean, I guess. I've seen it. But I just don't feel like it's beating any of these. Okay, let's stop playing games. Piranha, Jaws. Yeah. Goosebumps. I'm sorry. Listen, the books were pivotal in my wanting to read when I was a kid because they had cool covers. The movies, though, are really bad. Probably right there. The Dentist. I remember watching the first one, but I can't say it. Shining. Dude, the Shining is so good. And Doctor Sleep follow up was actually a lot better than I was anticipating. I'm personally going to put The Shining right there. Arguably, I could put The Shining all over the place on this list. The Shining, I think, is one of the best horror movies ever made. And the franchise with Doctor Sleep is actually really good. Oh, man. That's where I'm putting it. Okay, I'm liking where that's at right now. 28 Days Later franchise, I think, is probably one of the best zombie franchises on here. I don't put it in my A-list movies personally, but I think it's really good. I think that's actually a perfect spot for it. Cloverfield, Strangers. Man, this is getting tough, man. Sinister, I think, has to be higher. Yeah, let's do that. Quarantine. Yeah, okay. I'm liking that. Dracula, same thing, man. Like, how do we rate Dracula? Like the original? It's good. House of Dark Shadows, I don't think I've seen. Birdemic, don't know. Bikini Bloodbath sounds exactly what I need in my life. Okay, the House of a Thousand Corpse series, Rob Zombies, and I think there's a couple follow-ups to it. They're really brutal, but they're pretty good horror movies because they're just creepy. They have a lot of aspects to it. And actually, if you go watch House of a Thousand Corpses now, you are tripped out because the dude from The Office, the funny weird one, I haven't seen The Office in a while. He's in it, and you're like, what the fuck? I think I gotta put it in C. High C for number one C? Yeah, I think so. Wolf Creek, I don't know. The Boy, I don't know. Okay. Speaking of The Boy, Creep. Some of you probably have seen Creep on Netflix and skipped it because the cover art looks dumb. A movie called Creep sounds dumb. I'm going to tell you this right now. Creep 1 and 2 is no shit really, really good horror. I am not joking around with you. I'm not memeing on you. I'm not lying about this to get you to watch Creep. You're going to watch Creep and you're going to be like, this is so silly. Why is he acting like this? And then you realize he's fucking psychotic. The second one, not as good as the first one, but still really good. His whole entire thing is to creep people out and then kill them. I love those two movies. It is 100% A tier for me. I'm putting it. Uh-oh, what happened here? Okay, 100% A tier for me. Yeah, and I'm actually moving Texas Chainsaw Massacre right there. God, okay, I'm really liking this list now. This is good. Malviolence, I've never seen. Grizzly, I've never seen. Babysitter's another one that has just so many movies, and I haven't seen all of them, but they're pretty goddamn good. All right, perfect spot for it. Probably do that. Hollow Man, I don't know. I saw one See No Evil, and it's definitely okay. I don't know. It was a WWE guy, I think, and it was okay. Grave Encounters, I don't think I've seen. Dead Snow, I don't think I've seen. Salem's Lot, I don't think I've seen. Witchboard, I don't think I've seen. Don't Breathe, is that the one where they like break in and the dude's blind, and if you make noise, he finds you, and then it takes like this weird like breeding twist at the end. I don't know if that's it or not. I'm not going to take a risk on that. House, I don't know. Messengers, I don't know. I don't know. Chud. Chud's a funny name. I don't know. Necronomica. I've seen that once, but I don't remember it. Prophecy, I don't know. Darkman, I don't know. The Toxic Image, I don't know. Oh no. Oh no, we're gonna close out on a whole bunch that I don't know. Waxwork, I don't know. Contracted, I don't know. Chromosco, I don't know. Extra, I don't know. Invisible Man, I saw as a kid. Tales of the Hood, I don't know. Okay, Quiet Place, new horror. Let's talk. For some reason, people didn't like the second Quiet Place movie, and I don't know why. I thought it was pretty decent. Wasn't as good as the first one. The first one's fantastic, but so far we're building a pretty cool universe. I don't know if they're going to do a third movie or not. I personally hope they do. I enjoyed them. I'm not going to put it in A tier. I think that it's a solid B tier right there. And that's our list. Let's go over and change some stuff, though. There's stuff that I know that I want to change. Let's start here. Let's rustle some jimmies, boys. Halloween number 1. Friday the 13th, number 2. Conjuring number 3. Saw number 4. Paranormal, or Saw number 4. Nightmare on Street number 5. Paranormal Activity number 6. Silence of the Lambs number 7. Evil Dead number 8. That's my S tier. In my head. A tier, Shining, Alien, Scream, Exorcist. I think I'm going to put It and Insidious. No. It's better. Yeah. Okay. Creep. Yeah. Hellraiser, Chainsaw Massacre. Some good solo ones. Classic. Okay. B tier, Zombieland, Scary Movie. 28 Days Later, Quiet Place. I think The Thing needs to be moved. I'm going to put Cloverfield here. Jeepers Creepers here. Boogeyman. Let's do Final Destination. Okay, Jurassic Park, Wrong Turn. Hostel, Pet Cemetery, Sinister. I can't, with all goodness, put this one up there. Sinister, Creep Show, Hills Have Eyes, Blair Witch. I can't put Blair Witch up there either. Predator, Underworld, Purge, Quarantine. I don't think I could put Quarantine up there either. C-List is obviously the hardest. I think that I like that there. I'm going to put Blair Witch there. I'm going to put Mummy's good there. I Know What She Did Last Summer there. The Amityville Horror here. Fright Night there. That's a good spot for it. House on Haunted Hill. Open Water, Psycho. Candyman. Quarantine. I Spit on Your Grave. Babysitter. Sleepaway Camp. Because they're just such long franchises. You can't have them higher or lower than 1 or 2 movies. Poltergeist. Puppet Master, Pumpkinhead. Blade, Attack the Killer Tomatoes, Thanks Killing, The Omen, Wishmaster, Fly. I know I'm gonna get flack for The Fly. That's fine. Joyride, Frankenstein, Dracula. There's some classics right here. Jaws, I'll probably get flack for that one. I don't care. Gremlins, See No Evil, Piranha, Cabin Fever, Resident Evil, probably needs some more respect. Tremors, Leprechaun, Ouija, Goosebumps, Anaconda, Sharknado. That's it. That's my horror list. I'm sticking to it. Let me know what you guys think. Comment what you'd put your number. Give me your top 5. That's what I want to know. And we're going to look at community ranks. So this will be interesting. So I guess how this works is it takes the average spot of where all the movies get placed and then put them where they need to be. Let's see how different we are. Well, I mean, we're not that different. Halloween is the number 1 for them as well. Followed by Scream. Interesting. I'm already really mad. Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Shining. I kept Shining at A, but I said that I could easily put that in S. It made it to the S tier. I respect that. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I guess. Alien, that's where I have it. Saw, okay. Yeah, Conjuring. That blows my mind. Evil Dead, yeah. Exorcist, yeah. Jurassic Park. I don't know. Silence of the Lambs, yeah. Insidious, yeah. And Jaws has no business being up here. The Ring, I think that's too high for The Ring. Obviously, I've never seen that. I put Psycho lower. Ghostbusters, I actually thought would be higher because people... I just am surprised that if Jurassic Park and Jaws are A tier, people didn't put Ghostbusters because we're talking classics. Like Blair Witch, yeah. Paranormal Activity... Really, I'm kind of on par with most people. Predator, Hellraiser. I had Hellraiser higher just because I really like it. Gremlins, I had lower. Happy Death Day. They put a lot of movies in D tier, where I put a lot of movies in C tier. So, like, if they just shifted this up, it's pretty much the same. What were their Fs? Are there any that I really disagree with? Quarantine is not an F tier movie. Prom Night's not an F tier movie. Boogeyman's definitely not an F tier movie. Pumpkinhead's not an F tier movie. Arguable. It's a cult classic. Come on, guys. Jesus. It's not supposed to be like a good scary movie. Okay. So here's a list of ones that people universally just didn't know. I'm gonna have to look that up. Alright, guys. I love horror. Thanks for watching. I know this is gonna be a 2-parter one. I apologize. There's just a lot to go over. Thank you for hanging out. If this is your first time watching and you made it this far, love you. Comment your top 5 favorite movies. Let me know if there's any tier lists you want to see next. I have a couple that I'm going to do and I'm super excited about. Aside from that, subscribe, comment, like, I don't know. What do the kids say nowadays? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah. Horror. Fun stuff. Thick Boy McGirth out. Peace.